Welcome to the Beacon by Soul33 teachings for your past, present and future. Good morning, everybody. It's the 29th of September. We are in the last week of September. I can't believe that another Monday mantra has come around, but we've got a lot to talk about, a lot of energy to shift, everything to integrate at the end. Remember, if you're listening to this on the Beacon app, on YouTube, on Spotify, don't forget to do all the things, liking, tagging, subscribing. It really helps for us to be able to get the word out there that these Monday mantras exist. And remember, these are not predictions. They are soul progression lessons for us to understand what is it that we are here doing during this week. What are we meant to be focusing on? Where is there an opportunity to heal, learn, and grow to move forward? If you're not driving, get your journals out to make notes. The way to listen to the Monday mantras is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and read in between the written Monday mantra, because it gives you a different perspective on how to take that information in. And always examine the YouTube thumbnail, because there are hidden messages in there. And sometimes I don't even know what they are until I've got to the end of the week, because Spirit guides me into what needs to be on that thumbnail, because everything's layer by layer in the way that I work. If you're all paying attention, it's one chapter to the next. And this is why, if you go back 2 months ago to a Monday mantra, you can still open that chapter and see things playing out and receive the lessons and information that you need for yourself. Now, we're going to recap last week's Monday mantra. This is really important. I do this for myself to understand all the events that have gone on during the week, which were big events, like energetic shifts. So last week's Monday mantra, we set it as day and night find balance, so too do I. My partner may be action and rest, each guiding me in turn. I clear space within and around me. And in the stillness of pause, I witness the gateway of transition. There was a lot happening last week, and that equinox really identified with the new moon solar eclipse and the eclipse that we had earlier on. It's all been amplifying a lot to do with our partnerships and relationships and who are we committed to. This is why on the thumbnail last week, you would have seen me sitting on a bench with my hand on a wolf's head, and there's a ring in the little photo, and it was about loyalty. Like, we have been triggered about who are we loyal to and who is loyal to us, and there's been tests around that. We may have been bombarded with different responsibilities, but then who is there at the end of the day? What is there? And this is also coming back to spirit guides as well, like who is actually supporting us and walking with us on this path, because this equinox has brought about balance, renewal, and forgiveness. And remember, the opposite of the Monday mantra will hold true. So if there is some imbalance somewhere, it is going to be amplified. This is a time to co-create. So asking ourselves, what do you need to be creating with? Because, or who do you need to be creating with? Because if you've been tested in terms of loyalty, like someone not being who they say they are, or you are being tested to see who you trust, this might be something that you're questioning, because the clients that I've been seeing, some of them are single because they've got trust issues, some of them are betraying trust, some of them are needing to tell the truth, some of us are experiencing where we're wanting to feel safe, but then there's activities or experiences that we're having where it's triggering that unsafety in us. And so for women, it's generally safety they want to feel, and men want to feel trusted. And so this is also not just about man and woman, it's also about the masculine and feminine inside of us feeling safe to trust ourselves, to trust the decisions, to trust our intuition. And sometimes, you know, what we are wanting to trust or who we are needing to co-create with is usually a person, but other times it's the partnership between action and rest. Now, I have to tell you, last week it was very much like that. There were crises happening. There were very, very heightened energies, which I had no choice, because there was so much, I felt so drained that I had to just rest. And it was really important how I saw that dynamic playing out. Where something heightened happens, we do have to give our bodies and the time to rest, because otherwise we're going to be bringing in health issues or mental health issues or just be unhappy. And so this was a really important partnership to look at, and still is, because our Monday mantras come with us as we move along on this journey. The action and rest both are guiding us, because in action we are doing, in rest we are receiving. Loyalty is something to consider. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Like, some of you wrote some comments about where you're seeing disloyalty. So if you're seeing that, I'd love to be able to hear about it, because I'm seeing that in clients. Like, maybe you are being disloyal. Maybe it's the cause and effect. What is going on? Like, the cause is giving you the effect to want to be disloyal or to be loyal, or to find out if someone is loyal. There'll be tests coming up, and they may be. Maybe the test is to see that they are loyal. So what is going on with you? Because I'm the year of the dog, and so the wolf came in. I wanted to put a dog there, but Spirit's like, no, a wolf, because of the spiritual nature of the wolf's leadership in the masculine. And there may feel like a great divide in your life, or there's been conflict in family or relationships, or in the world politically, wars, all of that going on. But the division is not always opposition. Just as day and night seem opposite, they actually work together, because we need daylight to nourish, gather, and create. We need night to restore, heal, and dream. Balance is our natural rhythm. So how are you balancing things out? By understanding this analogy of day and night, because it tied into the equinox energy for last week. Humans evolved to be diurnal, active by day, resting by night. This cycle shaped our health, because without the cycle, there's no survival, we can't function properly, we need that rest to be able to act. And life itself would begin to unravel. We all know that when we have a terrible night's sleep, it can really affect us. And so the equinox is really mirroring the truth. It's calling us back to a place of balance where things have been feeling overwhelming or neglected. So for me, there were heightened things going on last week, because there was something that needed to be cleared out. There was something that needed to be addressed in order for the balance to come back. And so the week that we've had was to re-energize, was to come back to intentionally clearing things out. And sometimes it would have been unintentional, where you would have been triggered by something, or there's something that's happened where you've come back to clearing your home, your physical home, as in your body, like a clear out of emotion, a clear out of energy. And this mother energy is especially present at the moment. I didn't elaborate on this in last week's Monday mantra, because it would have gone on forever. But if you're listening to this Monday mantra on Monday and Tuesday, we are still in the Navaratri festival, which is in my culture, the festival of the 9 goddesses. And each day there's a different goddess, because it's that divine mother energy. And it's so present at the moment for us to harness and help us come back to that balance, and to understand the experiences that we're having without holding on to it, and really about letting go, which I've had to really do my best to do last week. This may be it playing out with your own mother, or the care and gentleness that you need to bring into your life. Turtle spirit. We're still talking about turtle. I'm loving receiving the stories and things that you're sending on Instagram about turtles. Go slowly, be steady, and trust that you will arrive in perfect timing. When we're going through a rupture, it's a rupture that Spirit's showing me right now, a rupture in our lives, a rupture in our relationships. This is where we have to trust that we have to go slow. We're being asked to pay attention. Who is loyal to us? What are we committed to? Are you putting your energy into something that is not going to be there with you, to walk with you forever? And who or what is most important to you at the end of the day? Another theme has been arising, which is listening. Now, this was so fascinating for me last week, because listening was something I was struggling with in my own life, because I wanted to validate and perpetuate my own story. And I had to get a third party to go, okay, what is it that I'm not seeing? And I had to listen. And when I heard and I took it into my body, I began to understand how this Monday mantra was really going, okay, You're guiding me internally because there's a space within me that needs to be cleared up, because I needed to pause and be witness of where this transition is taking me. Like, I need to make a transition, but it's by listening. And so I've been having ear things. I don't normally have ear things unless I'm working when information's coming through, but it may be in the form of hearing loss, ringing in your ears, or just sensitivity to sound. Ears are, or maybe your messengers right now. Sound, the words, the tones of your voice are being explored at the moment, because I was very cutting with my words in certain scenarios last week. But you are being asked to pay attention to what you are hearing and what you are not, because also silence is something that is needed in the time of rest, which also gives you the information of what to do next. The focus also has been on space, creating that space, your inner and outer foundation, creating an environment that supports feeling faith, feeling harmony, feeling strength. And when things rupture, it's very hard to feel those things. So that's why, if you're experiencing that, how do I bring harmony back? How do I bring strength back? Notice the emotions surfacing. They are not obstacles, and they can feel like it. You know, when I get caught up in an upset, like tornado, it's so hard to find that the beauty in it, the gift in it. But then when you work through it, you can see that this has been a catalyst for change, helping us to recenter and tune into our intuition, that we know that we don't need to be in the mind with this tornado of information going around and around, because the body and the heart is telling us something different. So do you believe you're ready for this next transition? Can you bring your ideas into form now, your ideas of what you need to do now, who is walking with you, the ideas of what is my next step? Because this gateway into light is opening up, and we can't move into it until we have learned what is coming up for us and the messenger that awaits us at the threshold. So we put a new meditation up for the equinox gateway. So if you haven't done that yet, you can still go on the app and do that, because things are accelerating. Energies are being very heightened, whether you can experience it physically or you're intuitive and the energy is coming through. And your human self may need to slow down to integrate. Your mission is speaking more loudly now. And that is about two things in the meaning. Speaking more loudly is using your voice to speak, and speaking more loudly is hearing it, listening to what is being asked of you. Speak words as if they are prayers. That is about the verbal nature. Now, I said some things last week that were not prayers, and I had to go in and clear them out because I was feeling a bit upset about a few things and was expressing that side of me, was just annoyed. And so when I had to go back and retract that, I allowed that energy to shift, to become a catalyst, to go through that gateway of transition, and could physically see and spiritually see who was walking with me. So who did you figure out is walking with you in your life? Is it a friend? Is it a partner? Is it a child? Is it an animal? Who is it for you? The equinox, a turning point for all of us in the world, whether we're northern or southern hemisphere. So northern is about reflection, harvest. Southern is about growth, new beginnings, fresh beginnings, renewal. And so with that, the things that need, it's like what they're showing me is we've gone into a paddock, and we are, clearing the soil, preparing the soil, and pulling out the weeds, and really just getting into the fertilization of what we need for this gateway. And the equinox has brought us that ability to see where if we're not in balance anymore, and forgiveness had to come up. Forgiveness came up in a big way for me last week, where I had to get to the point of dissolving resentment and anger, and coming back to clearing my inner home and my physical home, so that it's a space open for harmony, protection, and ease. So remember, forgiveness can be challenging, but when we get out of the tornado of our mind, we can see how we are freeing ourselves by not necessarily forgiving actions, but just the forgiveness energy in general can reconnect us to our true power without being a victim about things and staying in that victim energy for too long. So if you were feeling like a victim last week, it was coming up because I had moments like that also. Your inner sanctuary at the moment is needing that retreat to reflect, realign, and balance, and to release judgment. Now, we can all be judgmental. This is something that's coming up. And that feminine motherly energy is to look through the eyes of love, compassion, and trust, knowing that we are not weak. Everyone's learning as we go along. Your action point for the week, I'd love to hear from you in the group chat or on the comments, in the comments. Who was your true partner last week? Who did you come back to? Was it yourself, the masculine, feminine? What was it for you? Let me know, because this is we need our allies. We need our allies. And not everyone's going to be an ally to us, because everybody has a different truth and a different mission, and people have different opinions. But who is your ally? I'd love to know. As we moved through the week, we talked about the different goddesses, and day one was goddess Shailaputri, and we let this energy come through and to allow the goddess to walk with you. And we've put up a new meditation on Monday that is just going to close that divine feminine festival with all the goddesses. And it doesn't matter that it's not that time anymore. You can still do that meditation, because it's like allowing all those different forms to walk with you. So we went through the week talking about the different goddesses and what the energy brings. Now, don't forget, the Soul Mastery Summit is coming up. Now, we've put the link below of the individual weekend for my talk, my lesson. And it's going to be great, because remember, with these, you can actually go back and re-watch everything over a year. So even if you can't attend it live, like I bought a ticket also so that I can watch everybody in my own time and learn as well. So the link is below. Now, the card that we pulled for the week, I loved this, because in the equinox meditation, we talked about the masters, and the masters card came up as the soul progression oracle card for the week. Here's the message. Now, really take this in. The masters are those great beings who have walked this earth before us, bringing balance, wisdom, and light. They remain by our side, loyal companions, offering guidance if we choose to open our hearts and trust their presence. They are being present. We need to be present. This week that we've just had, the masters card came up because they were wanting to ask us, who is our partner and who awaits for you at the doors of consciousness that are opening? Because it may be someone in the human form that is catalyzing this ability for you to see who is waiting for you spiritually, because it's forced you to go inwards. The invitation is to look beyond the surface and recognize that your true partner may not be a single person, but rather the balance within yourself, action and rest, light and shadow, giving and receiving. And Jesus reminds us, I am the light of the world. Just as day and night find perfect balance at the equinox, so too can we. And the stillness space opens up for renewal and forgiveness, and the gateway of transition reveals itself. What is your transition? Because relationships are changing, all relationships, and you might find your own personal relationships are changing, where it's getting stronger. This is why the ring was on the thumbnail last week. Like Lucy was at a family wedding, a close family wedding, and that was a commitment. Or you might be finding that commitment's not for you anymore, and you are now committed to something else, a different transition, a different great gateway opening up for you. So the equinox energy has encouraged us to really pause, even if there's been chaos, and find that space within to trust and step into the harmony that is being offered if you can move through the chaos. Trust the masters are walking with you. Trust the goddesses are walking with you, for they are here to guide us into deeper, balanced renewal and soul alignment. Now, on the app, you've got both your soul, your oracle card, digital oracle cards with recorded meanings if you're on the Soul Mastery plan, which is different from the Soul Mastery Summit. It's just that we use the same name. I came up with the name ages ago. It just took a while for the new version of the app to be launched. And remember, when you're on the app, you need to be on Android 11 or newer for everything to function properly. Then I put up a post, because we've had all the other goddesses on there. I'm not going to go through, but go and read them if you wish, and do that meditation that we've put up at the beginning of this week. But I think it was Tuesday night, thumbs coming up, I actually was raining here in New Zealand, in Auckland, and I don't normally sleep on the floor. I like sleeping on the floor, but I don't. Not very often. The only times I do is when I'm feeling very agitated, like so agitated that I need that firmness on my back where it's like, oh, I feel supported. And I wasn't going to go outside and sleep on the grass because it was cold and wet. So this was the closest thing I could get by pulling my blankets on the floor, the pillows on the floor, and I made a nest and I slept there. And I slept there lying with my back against the hard surface because that was the closest I was going to get to her, Mother Earth. I wanted her to hold me. I wanted that motherly energy to hold me. And on that rainy night, the floor became my support, calming my nervous system amidst the agitation and the upset in the air, because boundaries are being reaffirmed and the focus turns inward. What do I want and need now without compromising my freedom? It's a really important question. If you can answer that, let me know. What do I want and need now without compromising my freedom? There has been a war with many, but also a war within, a battle of the mind and the heart, battle between partners, battle between work colleagues, battle between whatever it is. Do we give in order? Do we give in order to receive, or do we open ourselves to receiving naturally through trust? Rest itself is just one vowel away from reset. Whatever has been hidden in the dark is rising now, asking to be seen in truth and to reveal how we will choose to meet it. Truths need to be spoken. This is how things grow and change. So if you're withholding information, if you're not telling the truth about something, if you're doing something that is immoral, unethical, and it needs to be spoken, you might want to think about how that will be impacting your karma without revealing that truth and what that transition would mean for you. If you're not sharing that in some way, because the gateway to transition is never an easy one, but it is really necessary. And for it is through facing what stands in the way that the deepest beauty is revealed. What is standing in your way? Now, the Soul Mastery Summit is already well in motion, and I'm really looking forward to my session. And remember, the link is below if you are needing to book your ticket, because these things are amazing. And Alex has put together a really big, beautiful group of people. Our extended meaning of the Monday mantra: I arrive at a standstill, a pause to receive and reflect. To open the gateway of transformation fully, I accept all aspects of myself, the light and the shadow, the known and the hidden, the power and the pain. I remember who walks beside me, both in the physical and the masters and other realms. That's why we've had the goddesses walking with us all week. Their presence anchored in loyalty and true partnership. I learned that my deepest allies are both action and rest, each guiding me with divine timing along the path of becoming. Now, we're not alone. They are walking with us. I see them all the time, especially when I'm working and dialed up. And by clearing the space within us and around us, we're creating room for clarity, insight, and renewal to sense more, and also sense in our mind. In the stillness of this pause, we witness the threshold of transition, stepping forward, aligned, whole, and receptive to the unfolding mysteries of our path of the new month. Coming with this week, where we've had Navaratri, we've had the new equinox, we've had the equinox, and we feel this energy of like something is off kilter, it needs to come back into balance, reflection, and transformation. Heightened energy around us. And I feel like this is all coming up in big ways for me, and I know it'll be slowly coming up for you. So let us know how it's all going for you. Okay, as you know, I am only one person, but I'm always here for you. And there are many ways to connect with me. Now, I know many of you are waiting for sessions, but I do as many as I can, and I have to do that so that I can give you my all. But it's always the right timing when people come. So if you're wanting to go on a wait list, Kiran's the person to email. Her email address is below. And just put the right subject title so she knows what to do for you. And also, if you're wanting to become an app member, app membership link is below. We've got your homework on there, which is all automated now. You've got your soul progression cards, the community chat, the lunar calendar, all of the things. And I send voice recordings also to the Soul Mastery members as I get downloads and information that you know. And soul33@gmail.com. And there's also the other services, Soul Magic, mini readings, personalized meditations as well, which are great supports for those of you on your soul progression journey. Okay, let's talk about this week's Monday mantra. It is, in the stillness of rest and reflection, the heart blooms, the soul awakens, and life's gifts reveal the mystery I have been waiting to see. In the stillness of rest and reflection, the heart blooms, the soul awakens, and life's gifts reveal the mystery I've been waiting to see. We are moving into October, and this blooming in the energy of the divine feminine is a week of transformation and, again, rest. And this doesn't mean resting like we're sleeping all day. It's just coming back to that resting state after we have done things or if we've experienced something that is difficult for us. We are in the final days in this first part of the week of the Divine Festival, the Divine Feminine Festival of Navaratri, and it's a sacred period where the power of the divine is helping us bloom. So how are you blooming? Where are you blooming in your life? The festival ends on the 30th, which is a closure and a new foundation of trust in ourselves for this transition that we are making. The winds of change are inviting us to shift our perceptions, alchemize our old emotions. I'm having kidney pain when I'm talking about this, so old emotions are coming out of the kidneys, and return to the heart's natural state of love. During this time, old betrayals are coming up. Even new challenges may surface because we need to come back to see how we can make things or let things bloom. Be gentle with yourself. Rest, recharge, and avoid hasty decisions is a message for this week. This transformation is unfolding, moving us from awakening to protection and love, and gifts are being given, received, and recognized. This is part of the mysteries. Gifts could be physical gifts, gifts could be spiritual gifts, gifts could be opportunity. And so where is it coming up? And if you look at the thumbnail, what is it showing you? What is it showing you? Because what am I standing in? And who is looking at me? What am I standing in and who's looking at me and what's in the smaller picture? Because the great spiral of life encourages us to see the full picture. And numerologically, we are transitioning from the 9th to the 10th month, a shift symbolizing the closure because we've been in the 9th month of the year, which is coincides with the year of the 9, the closing of old karmas, and then we're opening up in this 10th month where there's this doorway opening up, where there's growth, where there's manifestation, where these mysteries are being unveiled of, that's why that happened. We leave behind what no longer serves us and step into a space where we can regenerate, bloom, and draw abundance into our lives. So this regeneration and reflection energy is giving us the ability to pull away if we're feeling agitated in many directions. It's time to step back from the outside world. Reflect on your responsibilities. Are you leading by example or out of obligation? And this is an invitation to reconnect with your inner power, priorities, and alignment. And by honoring your needs. So what are your needs? Really think about that this week and let us know, because your needs might help other people know what theirs are, because sometimes we don't know. You cultivate and balance You cultivate the balance necessary to lead with love, not reluctance. The tree of life comes in this week, a spiritual connection which is grounding us while connecting us to higher consciousness. And the roots that are anchored deeply in Mother Earth, hence why my bat wanted to be on Mother Earth, offering stability, grounding, and connection to the material world. The trunk symbolizing the strength and structure in our lives, which is our body, and the branches stretching towards the sky, symbolizing spiritual aspiration and divine connection. So as the tree grows and bears fruit, We are encouraged to nurture our personal and spiritual evolution. Every branch, leaf, and root reminds us of our interconnectedness of everything with ourselves, with our community, and the universe. And harmony is arising from balancing the light and shadows, the masculine and feminine energies with rest and action. Because something is awakening within you, something is heightening, and this pause is allowing you to receive. So the recognition of gifts or acknowledgement may come. So you might be getting some acknowledgement from somewhere, some type of prize maybe. Maybe you're becoming a champion of something, or you've won something, or you're in the process of that. And it's going to be affirming that you are on the right path. Dreams and intentions are weaving into reality because magic is flowing towards you. Trust your inner knowing, follow your heart, and create with spirit. Things to consider this week are: you are ready to bloom, step into abundance and success. Embrace your victory, achievement, and acknowledgement of your hard work. Lead by example in family, community, and responsibility. Awaken clarity, alignment, and purpose. Invite freedom, playfulness, joy, and creativity. Co-create with spirit. Dreams manifest through intention. Follow your heart as a compass to truth. Nurture yourself and others with care and guidance. We also have Buddha Jayanti on October 2nd. And this is Buddha's, sacred marking of the birth, the enlightenment, the passing of Gautama Buddha. And beyond the commemoration, this energy brings us this time to be compassionate, time to awaken consciousness, freedom from suffering through awareness. So what are we suffering with? Because we all go through suffering and we allow ourselves. And so what is coming up as the compassionate side to that suffering? What is the cycle that you're in at the moment? Birth, enlightenment, and liberation. And it's all illustrating impermanence. This is why we're seeing death as a fragility of how we're not here for very long and we're here to do our thing and then we move on. Compassion and non-harming, acts of kindness and loving service reflect the Buddha's teaching. So that Buddha energy comes in as a master this week. And as we move through this transformative week, let us rest, reflect, and regenerate, allowing your heart to guide you and step into the energy of love, abundance, and conscious creation. Coming back to the thumbnail, look at it closely. Who is watching you? Because you are going to be remembered for something. And that person watching you is taking guidance from you, taking inspiration from you, learning from you. You are leaving a legacy. Your action point this week is set a time to sit quietly in reflection. Am I leading from love or obligation? Ask yourself that question. Remember, I'm always here for you. If you need anything, email Kiran at soulthirtythree@gmail.com for whatever services, an app membership link below. If you want to gift a membership, or renew or ask some questions, everything is below in the app link. Okay, we're going to integrate what we have just talked about because remember, it's not just words. They are activations as I talk about them to prepare you for this week. So take a moment, close your eyes if you are not driving, and I want you to feel your earth, the earth under your feet. And it doesn't matter whether you're sitting, but just see and feel your earth under your feet and grounding you into the energy of the week. And if any old betrayals come up, there is going to be an opportunity to catalyze that betrayal or even new betrayals into great transformation, allowing you to transform that betrayal into your own transformation, which will come from that beautiful Buddha energy of being compassionate about it rather than raging about it. And you may have a little bit of rage in that rupture and then move through the transformation. And then you also want to come back to knowing slow and steady progress is being made, one step at a time. So don't doubt if something comes in the way because it's asking you to drop your shields. Because sometimes anger, and when we express things, it's a form of vulnerability, isn't it? And so things are coming up for you to be in that vulnerability. So take in that vulnerability, knowing that you can drop your shields, that you can come back to that place of your heart being broken so it can heal again, because this is your awakening. This is your awakening that the universe is within you, and you are being protected by the masters, and something is coming in to clear the space so you can re-energize your life. And there is going to be gifts given. There's going to be gifts given you, accolades, achievements, acknowledgement, and take that in, because this is how you are going to bloom into more of who you are, is receiving the balance of knowing that sometimes life flows and sometimes it ebbs. This week, I've got information about your diet. Now, I've been eating a lot of pumpkin seeds, and so we're going to give you the energy of zinc in your body right now. So take in the zinc and allow that to transform that energetic field of yours so that you can take in the mystery that is being revealed to you, and you can have the full picture from the spiral of the cosmic egg. Oh, that was a lot. And I'm really looking forward to hearing from you, because I do read all the messages as to what is going on. How is this energy helping you? What is coming up for you? Because your Monday mantra this week is, in the stillness of rest and reflection, the heart blooms, the soul awakens, and life gets revealed, the mystery I've been waiting to see. Have a most wonderful week, and remember, we're all in this together, and I'll see you all next week.